So my name is Haris Bhatt and you are seeing my YouTube channel Learn Accounting with Sir Haris. We are solving a question of petty cash book from O Levels Accounting 7707, and this question has come in May, June 23, 21. Variant 21, May, June 23. So petty cash book is already given. The format is given. Total paid, total received, office expense, travel, ledger accounts, and the question is already in front of you like this. So let me solve it. Let me prepare the format first, and then we are going to solve this. So here I'm going to write the name petty cash book. We'll write from the debit side. Debit, rather it has no debit side actually. Total received column we will write first. IDET. Then comes the date. Then comes the particulars, description, narration, but we don't need to write any name for that. It's not required. Total paid column will be there. This format is already given in the question. In total paid, we will write first travel expense. Then there is no office expense, I believe. According to you, it was basically the office expense. Then we have a column of travel. And then is it going to be the ledger accounts? Let's prepare it. That's how we are going to prepare it. Total received. Then date, total paid, office expenses, travel, ledger account. And this is how we are going to maintain the petty cash book. It is a part of books of prime entry. It is also known as seventh book of prime entry, like sales journal, purchase journal, sales return, purchase return, cash book, journal, and then we can write petty cash book also to record small expenses which are not recorded in the main cash book, to decrease the workload of the main cash book so that less number of entries will be entered in the main cash book. So let's discuss. Shivan maintains a petty cash book using the Impress system. Impress system means that opening and closing cash balance, petty cash balance will remain the same. An impressed amount, which is 200, is restored every Wednesday. So every Wednesday, we used to restore the amount. Means weekly, we are doing that actually. All payments of less than 75 are made from petty cash book. So any amount which is paid and the amount is less than 75, that will be dealt through petty cash book. It means that it will not be entered in the main cash book. A cash receipt of less than 75 are paid into the petty cash. Again, if you are receiving some amount from someone, that is also going to be entered in the petty cash book on the total received column, which should be less than 75. One important thing is this. Normally, we don't receive amount actually. Petty cash book is basically is basically prepared to record small expenses which are supposed to be paid. So then why we are getting amount? Because I have Fahad has asked me to give a loan because he has to take medicine. His liver LFT test. He has to go through LFT test. His liver is not working properly. So he asked me to take the loan. He has taken the loan, and after that he has given the amount back to me. So that will come in the total receipt column of the petty cash, because the amount has been gone for the petty cash, and now you are going to reimburse that amount. Normally, we don't expect any employee to pay the amount back, obviously, especially regarding the tea and other stuff. But if you are taking some for test purpose or some other reasons which you need it on urgent basis, so you need to pay back that. So that will be paid from the petty cash, and that will be obviously entered back or received column in the received column in the petty cash. On 1st March, Shivan had 61 in his petty cash book 2023, provided the following information for the first week in March 2023. So let's see. We are basically solving the March. Month is March, and the date is 1st March. We have the brought down balance available in the petty cash, which is 61. On 1st March, Shivan has brought down balance in the petty cash brought down, which is total received, that is 61. Okay. Now, I have received next March 1. Again, the same day, restore petty cash interest from the business bank account. Take out the amount from the bank and put it in the petty cash. Entry will be petty cash debit, bank credit. Ali said, sir, cash debit, bank credit. I said, no, because we are basically preparing the petty cash book. So now, because we are using another book of prime entry, which is not required, it's an option, and we have availed that option to debit petty cash rather than cash. So petty cash, how much we need? The impressed amount is 200. So currently we have 61. So how much we'll take from the bank? Petty cash is going to be debited because of bank. How much amount we need to get to make it 200? 139. 200 minus 61. So we need 139 from the petty cash from the bank, and we put it in the bank. So that will become our petty cash as 200. So impressed amount is restored. Restored. Impressed amount is restored. Matlab again we have restored the amount back to 200, which was required. Next, paid 55 to Giles, a trade payable. So it's a personal account, Giles, and we are making the payment to him. Number 2, so 55 will come over here. So paid 55 to Giles, and I will also write in the total column also. So it means that if you are making the payment, you will have to write Iman in the total column also, along with the payment, along with the amount of payment written in the ledger account. Because ledger account is basically used when the payment are made to any trade payable or personal account. But always remember that whatever amount you are paying, you will definitely write it again in the total paid column. It's a format. It's a format actually, right? So second entry has been done on March 2. Next is paid taxi fare 21, number 3. So I will write March 3 over here, and I will write taxi. Sorry, GG exactly. Taxi fare. It will come in travel, but again you have to write in the total column also, total paid column 21, and you will write also in the travel right in front of it, that is 21. Okay, very easy. Then paid 18 for notepads and pens on March 6. So on March 6 we have paid for notepads and pens. We have paid, and that the amount is 18. It will come in where? Office expense. Office expense, you might say it's a part of stationery actually, but because pens and notepads are used in office, so we can write it in the office expense. Received cash 25 from Michael, a trade receivable. So Michael has given us 25. All the amounts are less than 75. That's why we are recording it. Otherwise, I would not have recorded. So the amount received is 25. On the date is 6 same. Okay. On the same date, 6, we have received an amount from Michael, which is 25, and I will write it on the debit side that we have the amount of 25 recorded in the received column with the name Michael. It will not come in the total paid column because we are receiving the cash. Paid 30 for office cleaning on 7th. Obviously, it will come in the office expense account, and I will write over here. You can write cleaning. What is the amount is 30. 30 will come in the total paid also. It will also come in the office expense also, both. Right? So this is how I have prepared it. We have done all the entries. Just write it down. And if you have any question, you can ask me so that I can move forward. And move forward. Petty cash book is rather a very easy thing to prepare, but it has a certain format. You have to adopt a format. You can assess, or you can memorize that maybe the total received column can be treated as debit side and total paid column can be treated as credit side, but not in the same manner as we used to do in the T account, not in the same manner, but little bit of that type. Okay, now I have to go for the totals of the, here I will go for the total of the payment side. So the office expense total is going to be 48. That's fine. Then travel expense total is 21 and ledger account total is going to be 55. Okay. And the total paid column, either you will go for the total from the row wise, it will be equal to the column wise total because both things are same. Why? Because I'm taking the total after every step. I'm writing all the things in the concerned columns along with the total paid column. So 55 plus 21 plus 18 plus 30, how much it will become? 1, 2, 4. Okay. Next step, now I am going to balance the T account as we used to do in the past. As we used to do in the past. So like this. So let me see that I believe that total received side is heavier. So the debit side is going to be how much? 225, right? And here also on the total paid column can be treated as credit side. Again, it is going to be 225. And on 7th March, because obviously it's a weekly, normally it's a monthly, used to prepare it monthly, it's a carry down. That is 225 minus 124. So it will become 101. This 101 will become the brought down of the next week on 8th of the next week that we have 101 of the balance brought down available in the total received column, which has come from the previous year. If the examiner will ask you to restore the interest amount again for the next week, you need to take out 99 from the petty cash and you will put it into the 99 from the bank and you will put it into the petty cash, because if we take out 99 from the bank and put it in the petty cash, it will become 200 again. But the examiner hasn't asked us to do that. So we'll leave this question till here, that brought down is 101 and that's it. If the examiner will ask you, you will go for that. The important thing is this, that usually we used to prepare the T account that we used to go for the total of the debit side, 225, and we subtract the credit side and we'll get the carried down. Remember, only one thing is additional regarding the T account. That is this particular portion, right? So always remember that it is a T account, but you have to total the credit side and write the credit side first, and then you will find the carried down. You can't go for the carried down directly. Otherwise, marks will be deducted. You have to go for that total of the total paid column, and then you have to subtract it from the debit side to get the carried down balance 105. In a particular T account, this amount of 124 is an additional thing, which we are not used to prepare in a normal T account. Remember this. So this is the format of the petty cash flow. If you have any problem, you can ask me. Otherwise, we are done with that. Any problem to the students in the class? Abdullah, if you have any problem, Suha Hadi, so I'm ready to answer you. It's quite easy. Next, let's see what the examiner is going to ask us regarding the May, June 23-21. So, Shivan makes payments to Giles from his bank account as well as by cash. He provides the following information. The most important thing is this, that who we are. We are Shivan. And Giles is basically our trade payable. He was our trade payable. On March 1, the first part is completed now. This is the second part of the question, right? So owed Giles 165 from February. What is the translation? What is the meaning of this particular transaction? Meaning of this transaction? Urdu. Simple. March 1. Yes. It simply says that Giles, we have to pay Giles 165 on March 1. It means that Giles is our trade payable with 165. Trade payable, Soha is our liability yarn, and liability is always having a credit balance. He's our trade payable. So 165, with 165, he was our trade payable. On 13th, we have paid Giles the outstanding amount on his account by check. And we have purchased goods on credit from Giles, list price 150, subject to a trade discount of 4%. The examiner has required us to prepare the account of Giles as would appear in the books of Shaban, balance the account at 31st March and bring down the balance at 1st April 2023. Let's prepare the Giles account. I'm going to prepare it in the question. Okay. Okay. So let's prepare it. He is our basically, Giles is our trade payable. Trade payable is a liability. Liability is always having a credit balance. So I'll start from here that the date is March 1. On March 1, Giles was my trade payable. So I'm brought down, balance brought down on the credit side with 165 because he was my trade payable. It's a liability. So increase in liability is always having a credit balance because we are yet to pay the amount of 165 to Giles. Sir, from where this amount has come? From the previous month. Maybe we have purchased some goods in the last month and we are yet to pay them. So Giles is our liability, which I have recorded on the credit side. Next, paid Giles the outstanding amount by check. So what is the entry? Giles debit, bank credit. So I will make the payment on 13th. Where Giles is going to be debited because of bank. There could have discount also, but that is not given. That is 165. That is the amount which was basically payable on 1st of March. Right? Next, purchase goods on credit from Giles, list price 150 subject to a trade discount of 4%. Remember that trade discount will not be shown anywhere in the books. It will be subtracted from the total amount. So the entry is going to be purchases debit and Giles credit. That is the normal entry to record the credit purchases. But out of 150, 4% we will not record. And 4% becomes 150 into 4%. That is 6. So the amount of purchases is going to be 144. So purchases debit and Giles credit. So Giles is going to be credited because of purchases on 22. So here I'm going to write the purchases name and the amount, which is 144. And then I'm going to go for the closing carry down actually, and the carry down will be the same. That is 144. And I will go for the total also because total is required because examiner has asked us to write total also and the balance brought down also because it has marks which we need to get on 1st April, right? Total कितना आ जाएगा 2309 and the total will come over here also 309. So carried down is basically the right side is heavier. I have gone for the total of the right side and then I have subtracted 309 minus 165. The carry down is 144 and that will become the brought down of the next month, which shows that we are yet to pay 144 to Giles again at the start of the next month on 1st April. So this is how we used to prepare the trade receivable account or trade payable account. Both can be prepared. And this is also known as statement of account. Statement of account is basically a T account in which we record all the transactions related to a particular customer or trade payable, right? And also showing the balance due to him or due by him at the end of the month. हमने पैसे दे दिए उसको कितने 144 हमने उसको पे करनी है तो ये मैंने आपको सॉल्व करवा दिए ठीक है जी इंशाल्लाह पेपर में कल आपको ऐसा ही सवाल मिलेगा बिल्कुल मिलेगा जिनका पेपर है उनकी बात हो रही है ठीक है इनका नहीं है वो इजी रिलैक्स करें ओके किसी को मसला है तो बताएं अदरवाइज दैट्स फाइन इट्स ओके we are done with that if you want to practice some question for the petty cash book I'll give it to you right tomorrow we'll go for the again for the main cash book question one more question on the main cash book and that's it because I don't need to go for more and more about petty cash book because it's not that difficult It's an easy topic. So let me have one more question. I will give it to you as homework. So this is the question. That is, you can write February, March 22, February, March 22, question number 1. You can solve regarding the petty cash book. And February, March February, March 22, and May, June 22, 23. Okay. 2 questions are enough. February, March 22, and October, November 22, 23. Sorry. So these are the 2 questions of February, March 22, and October, November 22, 23. So these are the 2 questions you can do for regarding the petty cash book. Okay. Okay then. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.